Hello everybody. Let me just check my levels here, see if we're all looking good. I think we're looking all good. Yes, looks good to me. Good morning everybody, I hope you're feeling well. Hello, Mr. Hello, Big Scob. Let me just put myself in performance mode here, and off we go. Okay. I was taking some screenshots over here, actually. It looks like a nice desktop background. I might be setting it for my desktop. How are you two doing this morning? It's nice to see a couple people on Twitch all at the same time. I guess I can't keep track on exactly who's on where, so I don't really know what the viewing patterns are like, but I suspect Twitch generally is not too many viewers. We are the Borg. We are fantastic. So I'm getting pretty close to finishing this area here. So I need to do a few more details around the edges here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I seem to remember that. It makes sense, because they seem to see you sometimes together, more often than elsewise. Cinder 3. What games do you play? What do you? Is it League of Legends or what? What's your favourite kind of game? Goodness me. I've been playing, actually, I've been playing some games that aren't Minecraft. Oh, naughty. I've been playing Stardew Valley with my girlfriend, so that's fun, since it's working on multiplayer now. That's really fun to do with a friend. So if you haven't played Stardew Valley, I'd recommend that one. I mean, it's a very chilled out game. But maybe if you're watching this stream, you might enjoy that. I don't know. I can't tell you your life or your business. So yeah, I just wanted to blend these a little bit more. Which FPSs are popular with the kids right now? I mean, Overwatch is an FPS, right? Kind of an FPS. It's a variety of FPS. I haven't really been keeping up. I suppose, actually, Fortnite isn't really an FPS, is it? It's like a third-person thing. But yeah, I'm so like out of touch with modern video games that I couldn't even tell you what that means, playing an FPS. Oh, CS:GO. Okay, I played that a little. Yeah, too much difficulty. I would have loved that once upon a time, I think, but yeah, there's a lot of skill. It's pretty much 100% skill, and I don't really. I like a bit of luck in my games because I mean I'm pretty good, but I'm not good enough. A lot, and I like to win. Oh, CS:GO. Oh dear, you're gonna be there for a long time, friends. I have a friend who plays CS:GO a lot. He used to play Counter-Strike as well, so I guess he's had an easier time getting into it. Okay, so he's getting pwned and you have to carry the team, is that it? Oh, is Far Cry 3, is that multiplayer? I thought... Oh, Far Cry 5, sorry, I don't know why I said 3. Far Cry 3 is the one I played, I think. I guess it must be if you're saying it is. Cool. And I'm just going to take this back a little and bring this forward a little. That's cool. Is it? I guess it's still the same as kind of the old Far Cry, is it? Very much about kind of open world in it and blowing stuff up randomly. Ooh, top 5 games. That's tricky. Top 5 games ever, or top 5 games that I would play right now. You've got to qualify this stuff. Because that's, I don't know, I think ever. I think that could be kind of a tricky question actually, because you know games kind of come and go. So let's see. Number 1, I think The Witness. Boom, there it is. Number 1, The Witness, for sure. Number 2, maybe Minecraft. Actually, I know it's kind of boring answer. Yeah, maybe Minecraft. Can I answer a game that no longer exists, or that is no longer played? If I can, I would say I want to answer. Maybe I would say Darkfall Online in its old original capacity before it died. Now I know that's probably a kind of a heavily personal thing. That was a super hardcore MMORPG that I used to play, and I freaking love that game. But it kind of died off. There was not enough players to sustain it, unfortunately, so it died away a bit. So that's 3. What else we got? I really like Dragon Age, actually. So maybe Dragon Age on there? Hello, Game PAB. How are you, friend? I'm doing a top 5 of my video games. I'm up to the number 5 spot. I should have started at number 5, really, shouldn't I? You know, like some kind of clickbait article. I think maybe in number 5 I would put there's this real old game, Populous. I don't know if you've heard of it. Populous: The Beginning was this really fun game. Almost introduced kind of the real-time strategy with a hero kind of concept way before Warcraft did it, and it was really kind of cool. You had this tribe of like primitive tribesmen, essentially, like a bunch of just you know, guys with sticks essentially, and you build them up, and you can train different kind of warriors, and then you had this shaman who was like all-powerful god character and could do everything from like fire blast to lightning bolts, a tornado, summon an angel of death, like a dragon that would fly around and kill everyone, or literally do create Armageddon, which would end the game, turn the game into like just a death match. All of the tribesmen in the game would just go into a big arena and just punch each other until there was only one left. Which was and probably the best thing about this game was how just wacky it was. A lot of the kind of the mechanics, the characters has like physics, so it's it was a real-time strategy-ish. I mean, I think maybe they technically call it a god game, but the characters, you know, normally in an RTS like StarCraft, the characters don't have any physics, they just glued to the ground. The characters had physics, so you could use a fire blast, and if you hit like a bunch of dudes, they go flying everywhere, and they would roll around all over the place, fall down cliffs and things. And they would, sometimes when the characters were fighting each other, one would get knocked and he'd like fall down a hill, like in a roly-poly, mad roly-poly or whatever. Which I thought was just really great and wacky and fun. Unfortunately, that franchise died, which is a real shame. I'm just going to take a blend ball over here and just clear this out. But that was, I think it still has a bit of an online community, actually, that specific game, Populous: The Beginning. No, it's not. Oh, it is Populous: The Beginning, yeah, that's what it's called. But it was really just kind of fun and wacky. I mean, it's probably more of a kid's game, arguably. But yeah, maybe a precursor to the modern kind of Warcraft. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. I need to be careful where I use this thing, because it can really cause a lot of damage. Let's get some sand in there. I think that's the problem here. There's no sand underneath. Alright, I'm just going to take a little bit of hand work on here. We'll just kind of smooth this out a little bit, because clearly my tools are not working for this purpose. If you Google that game, if you try to find a Let's Play, like it's just kind of really just wacky and fun. Anyway, there's my top 5. Number 1, The Witness. Number 2, Minecraft. Number 3, Darkfall Online. In its original capacity, not anymore. It kind of sucks now. I mean, it probably, arguably, it kind of sucked for a long time, but it sucks even more now. Number 4 is gone. I can't remember what number 4 was. Number 5, Populous at the beginning. Was number 4 Dragon Age, maybe? I really like Dragon Age, actually. You play any of those games? Any of them? I guess you must have played Minecraft, because you said you did. You play The Witness yet? Did I ask you to play The Witness? I'm getting confused. I've told so many people rabidly, you must play The Witness, you must play it. That I'm losing track of who's actually done it and who hasn't. Here a little, and we'll just quickly replace that sand down here, and we'll get onto some more finer detailing, I think. And fortunately we don't really need too many more trees, which is good. So after I'm done here, I think I'm going to do... oh, yes, and have did you check it out? I'm trying to remember. Somebody said that they thought it was... well, I mean, you have time. You know, all the time in the world, but as I say, I think it is a the magnum opus of modern video gaming. Like it is superb. So I'm thinking here. I don't want to put trees here because it's quite exposed. I think having trees here doesn't really make sense. I'm not sure how else to make this kind of look nice. So. I mean, grass would make sense, long grass perhaps, so let's get some long grass. I'm just going to take regular long grass. It's just called grass, is it? Grass. As opposed to this block, which is also... oh, it's a grass block. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just going to put some... actually, it doesn't make too much... no, it does. Screw it. I'll put some of this on here. And yeah, we just have some grass here. Maybe we can put like a small tree, maybe, like just a little one, like a stunted little one. Although that's very difficult to build. That's extremely difficult to build, actually. But I'll have a little go. Being small and stunted, that looks kind of like a tree. So take a little bit of oak wood. We'll put it in here. Like this, and then like just some leaves, just like some pathetic little oak leaves around it. It doesn't look like a tree. Top 5 movies. Oh, I will give you mine, and I want you to write out yours as well. So let's have a little trade-off here. Let me think. I watched Oh, I'm gonna do a countdown. Let me see if I can work out roughly how I want to do this. I know what number 1 is. I think I know what number 2 is. 3, maybe, yes. I'm counting down from the top. Screw it. Makes it much easier. Number 1, I would say, I think Mad Max, the new Mad Max Fury Road. It's amazing. That is a masterpiece. I don't really like action movies too much normally. Like, I find there are a lot of just noise, like lots and lots of stuff happening for no real effect, like lots of explosions and fights, and it's just yeah, it doesn't really advance the plot at all. I like to have like a decent plot, so I think Mad Max manages is perfect for the action genre. Like it's all action. There's no chilling out whatsoever. But it still manages to get everything, all the exposition that it wants. Yeah, really good movie. Yeah, doesn't suffer from. I mean, a lot of action movies tend to have the movie starts, boom, you get 15 minutes of action scene, like super cool action sequence to get you hooked, and then the action stops for, you know, half an hour sometimes, and then we go back to another action scene, and then another 20 minutes of no action, and then we go for like another 20 minutes of action, another maybe 10 minutes of no action, and then you get like a last like 1 hour action sequence, followed by like another 10 minutes of no action, which I think is kind of weird. Like, you watch an action movie, you want to watch action, right? You don't want to watch you know, these actors are not very good, and the stories are not very good, not good enough to have, you know, pad out the movie. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, Mad Max, great action movie. A lot of show don't tell, which is beautiful. The stunts are great, etc. Number 2. Maybe The Matrix. I know I said I don't like action movies, but both of these are like amazingly good action movies. And I think The Matrix is a great movie. I mean, that's incontrovertible. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't think The Matrix is a great movie. I'm not some kind of red pillar, but I think it's a great movie. Yeah, it needs no introduction, really, does it? What is over there? What the heck is that? I shouldn't go too far away here. How strange. Oh, okay. Lone Survivor. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Yeah, I don't know Lone Survivor. Saving Private Ryan, that's a great movie. That's another movie. It's so full of action. It's like buttloads of action, but it's also it's gripping. You know, you're really it's nail biting action, and it's brutal. It's a difficult movie to watch, but it's freaking great. Deadpool, really good movie too. I really enjoyed that. What was I up to on my list? I got to number 2, The Matrix. Yeah, okay. Number 3, Grand Budapest Hotel, which is another. I mean, this is not an action movie, but it's a good movie. It's like a bit weird, a bit funny. Probably have done all this stuff with a smooth brush, couldn't I? Oh well. Oh, I think I'm not gonna escape from having to build more palm trees over here, am I? We discovered a good technique for building palm trees, so I'm gonna do that one again. So let me see here. I'll do a fairly small one. Pause 1. Oh wait, let's not do that actually. Where's that? Pause 1 is there. Do pause 2 here. And we'll do a line 17.3. Hello, Gamer Kitty. What I'm going to do now is take a quaternary brush. Catenary brush, sorry. This is a tricky brush to use. These are 1.1, I guess, and we'll do 17.3. We'll do 1.5, I think. So what I've just chosen here is not the right things, apparently. I've just chosen, we've got, the block is wood, the length factor is 1.1, which means it's going to be 1.1 times as long as the straight line, and 1.5 is the width. So hopefully, if I do this, what we'll end up with is a kind of a tree trunk. Yeah, it looks kind of like a tree trunk. Over time, you get the hang of it, really. So what I'm going to do now is another trick. So I'm going to go here in the middle, and I want all the leaves to be about the same size, or in fact, they will be the same size here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a H sphere, so a hollow sphere, which means no air in the middle, of course. We're going to do 17.7 is the brush type. We're going to do 99%. Wait, no, 99% air. 1% 17.7, and we'll do a radius of 10. And that didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work, but welcome, Kitty. Oh, you know I'm making palm trees again. I wonder why this didn't work. Oh, I did. This is kind of weird. Okay, that is completely the wrong brush type. Let's try that again. It's not 17.7, it's 18.7. There we are. So that's cool. Let's do it again. We're going to do it on a smaller one. So let's do a size 8 maybe. So, okay, we still have nothing on this side. Let's undo that and we'll just redo it because I want more leaves on this side. I will build a house eventually. Not quite yet though. There's going to be a castle over there on that rock. Hello, Cookie. So I'm going to take a quaternary brush again. BR. Quaternary. And so it needs to be the leaf first. So 18.7 gives us the leaf. The length will go to 1.2. And the width we're going to go for 0. Just we're going to leave it as is. Okay, sure. Go for it. I will, if you tell me who you are, I will remember. Or at least I'll try to remember. So what I'm doing here is I'm making double width leaves just by joining this up to 2 points. And so at first it's going to look weird and like we're upside down because we are upside down. But we can resolve that eventually. Oh, thank you, Chipstar. And so there's another one. And we'll go through here. What? I didn't mean to do that. So I'm trying to keep, if you go from the lower to the upper, for some reason you end up with a more shallow brush, so I'm going for that, because I don't want these kind of huge looping leaves. So I'm just trying to do, trying to keep it kind of, not too, obviously I don't want the leaves to be like exaggerated like McDonald's arches really, so I'm trying to, yeah, trying to keep them kind of less arched. And I'm starting from the bottom so that I can see what I'm doing, basically. Oh, biscuits. I wonder who that could be. take one here. And we will take one through here. Hello, biscuit. And we'll take one here. Yes, so it's going to be upside down, and then I'm going to flip it. The logic here... Uh-oh. I think I did a bad thing. I'll do that. The reason I'm doing this is because the catenary brush works with gravity. It doesn't really work upside down, so I have to do it. I have to do it upside down, and then I can swap it afterwards. Oh, it doesn't work with gravity, but it always works facing down, is what I should have said. There's no gravity, of course. It's fake gravity. It's fake news. And that didn't work, so we're now going to have to go from the tree and out, because we're starting to get kind of the case that the tree is lower than the... yeah, the tree is lower than the branches now, so... Pick one in here. I was working my way through my movie list, actually. Hello, nudes! My list of top 5 movies, and I was up to number 3, which was The Grand Budapest Hotel, which is I highly recommend to anyone. It's not an action movie, but you will probably enjoy it. It's like, I would almost call it like a live-action cartoon. Like, it really feels like a cartoon how it plays out. But it's a great movie. And I need to think number 4. It's a difficult question, really. I mean, oh, I made a major mistake. What about Lord of the Rings? Ah, duh. Lord of the Rings Episode 1, and maybe Lord of the Rings Episode 3 for my 5th one. Ha! What a cop-out. Alrighty. So I actually want to add a couple more leaves in, and I will do that, but first I'm going to just repair the tree trunk here. So I'll get that out. My face looks HD. That's good. I moisturized, so you know, nice and moist. Just for you guys. Actually, it wasn't. It was for my girlfriend. And you guys get to enjoy it too. So, you know, don't say I don't do anything for you. Hello, hello. Many new followers today. Welcome. So I'm just going to get the last branch over here, and to do that I'm just going to build up, because we didn't get a floater over here. So let's just use this one. And we'll come over to here, and we'll get from there, and then I think we'll be ready, and we can flip this bad boy. It's going to be the most messy looking tree we've done so far, but I think it's kind of probably more realistic actually. I don't think palm trees are really quite so regular as I've been building them. What's 2? So when copying here, I need to make sure that I don't copy the air. Or rather, actually there's nothing here, is there? Yeah, no, I may as well just copy it actually. So I copy that. And then what I do, oh wait, no, let's not do that. I'm going to stand in the right place, so I need to stand next to where I want to plant it. So I want to be standing at the base when I plant it. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to do the copy here. And then I'm going to do a flip. Actually, I need to do a cut. So let's just do a cut. Alright, and then I'm going to do a flip now. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to dig a little hole for me to go into. And then I'm going to do a paste. And we're going to do paste -A so that we don't paste any air. And what we should see is a crazy palm tree. Now, obviously, this is not complete. I wouldn't let this stand as it is. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's certainly not ready for release, as it were. So I'm going to see which leaves kind of look wrong and just target them specifically. And I'm going to try and drag down a little bit more some of them, because I think they may be sticking up a bit too much. And I kind of want them to have like an arching effect instead of just kind of arcing up. Yeah, this is a pretty good technique actually. Overall, it does create quite a nice tree from quite little effort, and then you know, I get to do just the easy part, which is touching it up at the end, which is yeah, much easier than building it from scratch and then and trying to touch it up. It's mainly the ones that go upwards that have the most difficulty actually. Seems like the ones that are lower kind of work a little bit better. So I resolve that. Welcome. I'm a follower. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. All these random people on the internet following me. Imagine if that's how it worked in real life. You're walking along the street and then a little pop-up. You get a little noise in your head. It goes bring, and it says someone is following you, and you're like, oh yes, it is the two people whose name we cannot say. Oh, telling a story. Okay. Yeah. I can tell some more stories from my travels, if you like. Maybe I can tell the story of when I was in Korea. So this is just going to be the entire story of when I was in Korea, because I don't really have that many interesting single anecdotes from then. So I was back in, this was back in about last year, I think. I'd been in New Zealand for a long time. We decided we wanted to go back, but I also kind of wanted to go to Korea. That had been kind of where I wanted to go originally. And so we found out that there happened to be really cheap tickets to Korea, which was convenient. So cheap tickets from New Zealand to Korea. So we were like, that's it, let's do it. So my girlfriend and I, we flew out to Korea, South Korea. And this seemed like a good idea at the time. My sister was there, so we did have somewhere to go to, and we went to my sister's house. She was teaching English there. And so I thought, oh, I can probably do that. I can probably teach English. You might already see where this is going. Do I look like a good English teacher? Maybe you think I might be, but no, I was not a good English teacher. So I arrived in Korea. I can't speak the language. I managed to somehow fob my way into getting a job. Goodness knows how that happened. They must be hiring pretty much anybody because they hired me. So they're like, you're white and you have a British passport and you can speak English, you'll do. And so I find myself very quickly in a classroom full of children who don't speak my language and who are paying a lot of money to be there, and I mean a lot. Like the lessons were, oh goodness me, how much? It was 100,000 won-ish. So for a one-on-one lesson was 120,000 won per lesson, and the lesson was 40 minutes long. And we're talking about like 5 or 6-year-old children, not even that, some of them, very young children. And as I say, 120,000 won for a one-on-one lesson. Now 120,000 won is, that's about $120, or about, about 80 pounds, which, that's a lot of money for a lesson, for a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, whatever. And, you know, I'm not a qualified teacher, I'm a random guy. So I felt really kind of weird about that. In fact, extremely weird about doing, you know, basically teaching, basically robbing people. That was basically my job, was rob people. Come into the office, come into the school, and rob the parents. Just rob them. And so that was my job. In the evening, in the afternoon, I would teach at the academy that we had, and I would teach the kids, and this basically consisted of me just, here's our topic for today, it is eggs or whatever. We're going to make a little papercraft egg. You're going to pay me 120,000 won, and then I'm going to have you say, now say egg. Say egg. Say egg. And this would go on until they said the word egg, and then I'd write down that they'd said the word egg, and that would be their lesson, basically. I mean, they might that's a bit of an exaggeration. They would learn a few words, but it was mainly like, they're colouring, and I'm trying to get them to say some words, and that was, yeah, a load of money, like stupid money. And so I would yeah, basically rob people, and the worst part was my boss was tremendously wealthy. Like, she was extremely rich. Like, I visited her her house where she lived. It was like a 35th floor apartment. Beautiful apartment. Absolutely jaw-droppingly nice. And it later turned out that wasn't where she lived at all. That was just her classroom where she went on a Friday with her. So as I say, I was earning 120,000 per lesson. So 100, we would make somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 a day in money. And she didn't even come into the office. The boss, that is. She would just let me and the co-teacher make her, yeah, say maybe $1,000 to $2,000 a day. And on a Friday, she'd be like, "Oh, you can just come to my house that I have just for lessons and teach my kids." So, yeah, that's what we did on a Friday. So, you know, we're talking $2,000 worth of tuition for her kids. In this, as I say, 35th story service department building. Anytime we wanted something, oh, do you want some water? Oh, we don't have any water left. I'll just get on the phone and we'll call down to services and they'll just bring up some crate of water for us. It's just mind-boggling. And at that point, I'm like a personal servant here, and I feel really weird about it. I'm actually going to bulk up the back here, make it lean a bit more. Feel really weird about basically, yeah, being this lady's, like, basically just a servant. And so I got on a plane and I flew away, and that was it. I just flew away. I mean, there's obviously more to that story, but I don't want to go into too much detail because I haven't really kind of composed my story very, very well. It's just a load of kind of stuff in my brain that doesn't come out in a very good order, I suppose. Hello. Yeah, so I got on the plane one day. Well, I just didn't turn up to work one day, and I got several like frantic phone calls. So the first thing they knew that I wasn't there was that the lessons were starting and there was no teacher, which I feel really bad about. But you shouldn't con people like that. Really, you can't expect people to pay, you know, $100, more than that, $100 per. You're talking like almost $150 an hour, probably more than that, because of course it's only a 40-minute lesson. Yeah, you can't do that for an untrained teacher, and also not pay me anything. That was the other part of it. I got maybe $100 a day when we were earning, you know, $1,000 to $2,000 a day, and I was the only person that was earning the money really, except for the co-teacher. My goodness, that poor lady, the co-teacher. Oh my goodness, she was good at English. She could have easily taught the kids English, and she was also, so she didn't really do the English teaching so much, but because she was Korean, they want an English speaker, proper English speaker to teach, even if they can't teach really. So she was a much better teacher. But she was also she made the syllabus. She prepared the lesson plans. She prepared the material for the lesson. She cleaned the classroom. She cleaned the freaking toilets. Like, her job was do everything, basically, and she was paid a lot less than me. So between us, we were paid probably maybe $200 a day, and we were earning $1,000 to $2,000 for the boss, who wasn't even in the office ever. So, that was my experience in Korea, and I could go into more specific stories, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't like this. I think it's too tall. I'm going to chop it down a little bit. I meant for it to be a bit smaller than this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select the top here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a, I think if I stand, let's see here. So if I stand here and I do a cut, and then I hop down a little and I do a paste, yes, everything here is completely hand-built. Everything, not completely hand-built, but built using tools. Nothing is generated using a big tool. So this is all built by, on the stream right here. Everything you can see at the moment, surely. And there's a lot more stuff through over there, but still got a lot more work to do, of course. Anyway, I've been spending a lot of time on this one tree, and I think it's time to move on to the next thing. So I will do that. Welcome. Hello, Crunchy Bag, and one viewer. Welcome. I'm gonna get some smaller trees to go with this guy. And that's what we're going to do. Yeah, the mountain's nice, isn't it? I built that last... that was the last thing I built, so... in fact, let me show you, since you like the mountain. It's actually got this kind of really cool... like, almost kind of exposed core here, with like gold, shiny gold, and this melting glacier, which looks pretty cool. Oh, I hate trees. I hate building custom trees. Do you want to come over here and build my trees for me? No, that's not an offer, actually. I shouldn't say that because I'm not gonna. I don't open the server, but I hate these trees. I really do. Oh, that's weird. Like a seam on it. That's really strange. Yeah, I don't let the viewers on the server, but you know, I almost made an exception right there. So I'm just gonna do a few smaller trees here. In fact, I'm pretty good at. I've got the technique for these down pretty well now, so I'm just gonna try and do it rather, instead of just doing them leaf by leaf, try and do it a little bit more quickly. I think I'm getting worse at building these little boys, actually. Hello, Miss Cupcake Girl, welcome. Yeah, well, the main reason I don't like to let the viewers in, or anybody in fact, for that matter, is that I'm a bit of a diva when it comes to controlling the build. Like, I like to be the one who has the final say on everything, and so if anyone else were in the world, they would probably find that I was building over their stuff, which, you know, that's no good. You can't do that. I can't build over your stuff. You don't want me to build over your stuff. You know, I would be absolutely enraged if somebody built over my stuff. So, I think it's best for the best that nobody builds anything, so that I can't spoil it for them. Hello, Relaxing Goes Ham. Welcome. I'm just going to bulk out a little bit around the base here. Ooh. Cool, cool. And maybe we can do one more. I think I'm going to be lazy and just copy one. So, eeny, meeny, miny. What about this one? Let's copy this. No, she's kind of stuck inside, not that one. What about one of the first ones I did? They're all the way over here. Oh, these look good. These look better than the ones I'm building now. Wow. So, I've been building this particular section well, I've been building this particular world for maybe 2-3 months now. I'm not exactly sure. I've been streaming for maybe, I don't know, 3 months maybe. So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do copy-M and we'll do 1817. And what this means is we'll only copy the trunk and leaf blocks. So this world here has been, yeah, I think 2-3 months, and the section that you see here has been, I think, 3 weeks. I've been working on this. It is only an hour and a half a day, so you know, it's not like it's that much. If I do a paste -A here, we'll paste without the air, and we'll get a tree. And wow, that does look a lot cooler than the one that I just built. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it this way so we get it leaning this way so it doesn't look identical, and also I'm going to go down here just so we can get it on the ground. Yes, cool. And let's just have a little bit of a tweak with this just to make it a little bit more different than the one over there. And let's just move this guy. Cool. So that's nice. I think maybe we can leave. I really don't want to keep building loads of custom trees over here because it takes so long. Although I did want to put some over here too. Maybe we'll leave them for now. Let's do some things over here. Because this area still needs a lot of work. So this ridge line here needs work, and this island over here. I'm not going to do this completely yet, but I kind of want it to be able to be nice on the camera. Yeah, I mean, if you like, Chipstar, I'm reading your message there. If you shoot me a message on Facebook, maybe we can sort something out. I have a Facebook if you look. It's called Imgal. So let me just do a... what am I looking for here? I should figure out how I want to proceed here. So at the moment this is kind of a rough shape. Like, this isn't ready, I think. We can still see the quaternary brush that I used, and so I think maybe a lift brush first. So the lift brush will let us, like, if we use it like this, it will lift things, and if we use it like this, it will depress things, and so we can use it to lift and depress, and so this is a really, really good tool for kind of sculpting the landscape, and we can just use this to, if we see an area that's too low, we can pull it out, and if we see an area that's too high, we can push it down, and using these two tools, we can essentially sculpt as if we were working with like a real 3D material. In the real world, so we can push things in and take things out as if it was clay. And this is an extremely useful tool, and I use it quite a lot. So what I'm going to try and do here is just blend these two sections in together. Oh, shells could be a cool idea. I mean, I don't want to overclutter the beach because it looks so nice as it is, but I think a big oyster could be cool, like a big open shell. I'm going to have a go at that after I'm just going to complete this little bit of terraforming here, try and make this a little bit smoother, so that when we come back to this again, it will be a little bit easier to do it. Yeah, I think underwater could be really cool. Maybe with the sea lantern as a pearl, perhaps. That's what I'm thinking, actually. We could put, I mean, it can't be too deep because we won't be able to see it, but maybe we could hollow this out here. This section here and stick like a clam underneath. That could be really cool, couldn't it? Well, we'll give it a go. We'll see. Things don't always work out the way you expect in Minecraft, unfortunately. Still trying to keep cookie as the trending word, are we? Cookie. So we're gonna move through here, and hopefully we can kind of build a stronger cliff edge here. We've used the blend ball, and you can see it's kind of caused a lot of damage here, and we end up with this pyramiding effect, which it doesn't look good. It looks bad, is what it looks like. Oh yeah, sure. If this does get released, there will be so many Easter eggs. I promise you. By the time it makes its way out, it will be absolutely laden. Well, I mean, beyond Easter eggs, it's going to be just cool. I'm hoping, at least. So we're taking the blend ball now. This is the bush that did all that damage, but used carefully, it can do a lot of great things. And particularly, I like it because it can actually be used to strip away unwanted stuff. Specifically, like, we've got bits of grass around here, and this will kind of clean that up a little bit. It doesn't matter how many people read the chat for you to get those that trending word. If that's what you're after, you can wait until everyone leaves and then just spam it. But it is still, apart from that one incident with the spammers, cookie is still the trending word, and I mean it is somewhat spammy, but at least it's not racist. Cookies. So we're going to go over here, and you can see that after doing this, what we end up with now, certainly over here, that quaternary is a lot less visible. I mean, you can still kind of see it, and it's still going to take a lot more work to do it, but I want to move on to trying this oyster thing for the last half an hour of the stream here. So first off, we're going to have to remove the water, so let's do that. Let's do a BR sphere, air. Let's just do a big one, why not? We'll do a mass water. Some spammers spammed some rude words, and now that's trending. And I kept banning them, but they kept coming back. I don't know why, considering it's not a very big stream. So who knows? So next thing is we want to clear out an oyster-shaped area. So maybe we can try and work out exactly how we're going to do that using the cylinder brush. Well, I'm here tomorrow, so don't worry too much. So here's what I'm going to do. Actually, it won't be a cylinder brush. It'll be it won't be a cylinder at all. It'll be a sphere brush, but it won't be a sphere brush. It'll be a slash sphere here. So let's try make it. So I'm going to use glass here so we can see what we're doing, and I'm just going to experiment. So we need to choose a pattern. That's the material. We'll say glass, and then we can choose 3 different radiuses, and so we can create a shape that is not just round, but hopefully we can create kind of that oval shape, and we can put that in there, and that will form a nice basis for this. So let's try this. Let's just try a 10, 5, 5, say, and see what we end up with. Okay, no, it's 10, 5, 5, I see. And so there we have a quite a long cigar-shaped object. Kind of the right shape, actually. Maybe we should just use this as is. So I'm going to want to rotate it, and I'm also going to want to change. So let's undo this. We'll do the same thing, but we'll do a regular sphere. So we're going to take out the H, and we're going to do a regular sphere. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it slightly shorter as well. I don't want it to be quite as long as it is. And so I'm inside the sphere now, I think. So let me just get out. So this is going to be what the core of the clam is going to look like. Bye bye. And so I'm going to take a pos 1 here and a pos 2 here, and I'm going to do a rotate command, and we're going to rotate this. So if I do a cut here, and then I do a rotate 45, and then I do a paste, and we'll discover that we rotated it the wrong way, so we'll undo that, and we'll rotate 90, and then we'll do a paste, and then we'll get, yes, this is kind of the shape we want to paste in there. So we're going to take this out, and we're going to paste it into that side, and then we can replace it with air, which will eventually become water. +2. And so if we do a cut here, and we come all the way down here, and we do a probably about here, I guess. Paste -A. And we discover that something happened. I don't know what happened. Ah, okay, I see what happened. So we need to back up a little more, and we'll do a paste -A here, I think. There we go, okay. So we're in the right place, but we're not in the right place. So you need to come down a little bit, and maybe out a little bit, over to the right a little bit, and we'll try paste again. Aha, there we go. Now we're looking more like where we need to be. Hello! And so what we can do here is we can take a BR, sphere, air, 20. And we actually, before we do this, let's uncover where we're going to have this kind of clam showing. So the mouth is going to be kind of here. And let's just kind of uncover where exactly it's going to go. And we'll build it in the rest of the exterior first, and then we'll take away the glass. The glass will just become air. Hello. Oh. And we can open this just a little bit wider. So I mean, I think this cylinder shape is a good approximation, but it's not quite right. So we'll have to figure out exactly. Hello, so many followers. Welcome everybody. I hope you're all doing very well today. I am building a very large clam right here. So is the environment that we're working in, and I'm trying to build a large underwater clam here, kind of holding up the beach. So we have a glass area here, and we will be building over this with. You know what I should have done actually? I can still do it. It's okay. So I'm going to paste this back up here, and then I'm going to build around. I'm going to build the clam shape, and then I'm going to paste it in. I don't know why I hadn't done that already. So we'll paste it in there after. So let's build what looks like a clam. So I suppose we need something pink. Pink would be nice for the, I suppose, the interior. Kind of mother of pearl color. Maybe. Hello. What else? What other colours could work? Is it purple, maybe? Purple concrete. I mean, terracotta can be cool. Where is terracotta? There's terracotta. That's no good. Maybe a white something. White terracotta can look quite cool, I think. Alright, let's have a go with this. So actually, maybe pink concrete's wrong, actually. Let's have a go here with lining the whole thing with white. I think that will look more like pearls. Pearl, mother of pearl, that is. I'm in the UK, so it is sandstone. I can try sandstone. I think that could work. Yeah, actually, that could be kind of cool. Yeah, no, unfortunately, this is on the PC version, so we have some tools that can help us. Let's just have a look in. This is what it's going to look like inside, which looks right to me. Yeah, I'm playing just before I go to work, so I have to go to work in about half an hour. So, oh dear, I need to be careful what I'm doing here. I shouldn't be punching out too many of these. So I like to do my stream just before I go to work, because why the heck not? I got the time. And so it is legitimately light out there. That is real life daylight. In fact, I'm in the future. It's yesterday for you guys, and it's today for me. Wait a second. No. It's tomorrow for you guys and today for me. Yes. And we can just take this the whole way around and hopefully we'll have... Getting some weird effects there. Look at that. Weird like shimmer. That's funny. Oh, that's cool. We do have some UK viewers. We actually have a lot of viewers from pretty much all over the place because it's such a weird time. It is a very wide variety of very unusual, I suppose. Not unusual, but the rarer viewers, I suppose. I should have probably used a tool for this, actually, shouldn't I? It's okay, though. So here we can see what the base of this is going to look like, which looks cool. Let's try, I think sandstone is a cool idea actually, so let's try sandstone around the outside, and maybe we can put some like, I guess we don't need to do it all the way around because only the bottom and the top are going to be visible, the bottom and the top lip of this thing. So I'm going to do this for the lip, I think. This could look cool. And I mean, obviously this is going to be a little bit... going to need a little bit more TLC than just putting this as a straight line because that's going to look a bit boring. But as a proof of concept, we can just try it out and see if the colour looks right. And then we could have sandstone underneath, and this is probably all just going to blend into the environment anyway, so the back end here isn't going to be visible at all, so I'm not too worried about that. Yes, that's going to look pretty cool. So let's, I'm trying to imagine how this should look. Kind of tricky one actually. I'm not too experienced at the building of clams actually, so this is a bit of a weird one for me. And let's go do the same kind of thing over here, so we'll build it up a little bit at the back, and we'll just assume that the very far back is not going to be visible. Yes. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty nicely actually. Maybe we can bring it down a little at the very front here. We'll just push that back a little. Yeah, I think that'll work quite nicely. This is a very cartoon looking guy here. So I'm going to go straight away for the upper lip here. So let's just try build kind of a round first. I'm actually going to take away that selection because it's kind of ugly. So let's build the lip first, and then we can kind of build the rest around that. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty cool actually. I'm kind of stoked for this. I think sandstone was a great idea. Whoever suggested that one, good job. Take one Imgal point. We don't collect points, so they are useless. But you get a little bit of props, mad props, in fact. Yes, that looks like it will fit there. Perfect. Okay. Just realised that we haven't got the kind of lining in, but I think that's okay. So let's push back a little bit here just so that we can get a proper lip on it. I know it's maybe not the right thing to have done, but it doesn't matter too much. I should have probably I need to bulk out the lip by 1, I think, really. Oh, yeah, buy your Imgal coin now, get them while they're hot. It's going to be worth $1 million in 6 months' time, so... I'm sure it will... Oh, I need to stop punching the glass out, actually, don't I? Whoops. Oh well. It's okay. This is looking pretty. I've not attempted something like this before, but I think we've got a winner. Which is nice. It's always nice to be onto a winner. The worst feeling is when you're building something and it's looking worse and worse and worse, and then you finish it and you're like, this sucks. Which happens way too frequently, actually. I sometimes struggle. Sometimes you get in a bad patch, essentially, and it just sucks. It gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. And then you give up because you can't figure. Well, I can't figure out a way to. I'm saying, like, you do this. I don't want to infer anything on anyone else, but I have to give up eventually. I'm like, I can't do this. This just sucks. And that's a disappointing feeling, really. But it does happen, sadly enough. Let's just get these in here. And we're going to need some sandstone over the top too. I think we're okay for now. So let's just get the last layer in up here. This technique actually worked really well with the rotated cigar shape that we made. Move this bad boy into position in just a minute. Oh yeah, that was we don't talk about that. If that's going to end up being like the last boss area for my adventure map, if this becomes an adventure map, I'm going to be very disappointed. And I mean, it kind of needs to be honest, with the way it looks. But it kind of sucks, so let's just pretend that didn't happen. Necromancer area. We'll just... yeah, we'll just pretend that was never... We'll just forget about it, right? Can't hurt us then. Yes, so sandstone all the way around. And down here, and let's actually want to bulk that out, not push it back. Oh, that should be pink. Let's get pink in there. Sandstone on there. This isn't going to be visible anyway, so I don't know why I'm too worried about this. I think this is all going to be under the ground. So I think we're ready to move it in at this point. Yeah, okay. We can move it in now. Yes. That looks cool. What's going on in there? Weird. Those blocks are like illuminated oddly. Okay, so take a pause 1 over here. And we'll go down here and we'll take a pause 2. And we will do a cut. We need to be in the right place for it. Let's go right here. And we'll do a cut. And we're going to do a paste dash A. So I think we want to be about here. Maybe it's about here. Paste dash A. Worked. Boom. Worked first time. Easy. That's kind of a surprise, to be honest. But so let's open this bad boy up. Did it work? Yeah, I think it did. I'm gonna see what happens. In the worst case, it's a cool like Easter egg. In the best case, it looks badass. I'm definitely gonna kind of open the space a little bit. I just need to be. Thing is, now that I've done this, I can't use my world edit tools anymore in this area because it will cause damage. So, yes, we can cover this with a bit of sand, I think. So we just put some sand over the top, and we'll just forget about the fact that there is pink terracotta right there. Yes. So I think, hopefully, between the fact that there's kind of a weird bulge here, and the fact that hopefully the sea lantern will be nice and visible, we should end up with something that's pretty cool. There we go. Cool, cool. So we actually have some regular sandstone that's here too, which is kind of awkward. We're kind of blending in a little bit. Why is there a stone in there? Yeah, definitely need to open this up even more. Let me take a BR Air 3 BR Sphere Air 3 Mask Sand, and this will just let me clear away that sand real quick. There we go. So now we need to really kind of work it in. So let's get a big brush real quick. I do not get many donations whatsoever, but I'm not here for the donations at this point, so no. No is the answer. I'm going to do a mask. Yeah, I did have one mysterious $100 donation. Whoa, let's undo that. Just excuse me 1 second. I have a joker in the chat. I just dealt with him. So, yes, I made a mistake there because we had the wrong mask on, so we're going to put mask glass, and this will let us just go whoop. There we go, that clears that out. And let's have a look in here. So let's actually put a pearl in here. So let's go for a sea lantern, so that we can see what this is going to kind of look like. In fact, let's use a sphere. There's no reason not to use an actual sphere tool. So sea lantern is number 169. So I'm going to do a. So let's put it down here. Sphere 169. Sphere 169. Nope. Sphere 2169, I think. Why didn't that work? Slash sphere. That's why. Okay. Apparently. Oh god. Oh no! I've done a size 169 sphere. Oh my goodness me. Hopefully the server will gain. Otherwise we're in serious doo-doo, actually. I'm really hoping we can do undo. Because otherwise we are, or I am screwed. I have kind of updated. I've kind of backed up recently, but oh, this is not what has just happened here. Size 169 sphere of dirt. Ooh. Ah. Well, I've been on the server that I have left the game. So hopefully, I think the server at least. So I'm gonna have to reboot real quick because I've crashed my client. So excuse me while I restart the client. Yeah, I expect the stream is probably really struggling, but I really hope I can do an undo. I think I can do an undo, even though I've crashed. This was a big mistake. Maybe I should get some kind of warning for operations of that size. I'm just going to grab a glass of water while I'm waiting for this to start up. Yeah. I think I've effectively nuked the entire build. So I do have a backup from a few days ago. Yes, we will recover that replay, and then we will get in the game. Fingers crossed we can press /U and we'll probably crash again, but at least we will hopefully have... Okay, we can log in at least. That's good. It's a good sign. Probably be like deep inside the ball, but let's see what kind of a mess we made just before I fix it. Oh my goodness. Whoops. This was more of a pearl than I was planning on, to be honest. That is quite the pearl. Everything is gone, I think. The whole build is annihilated. Actually, it won't get the whole build because it's so big, but... How far did it go? Oh wow, it didn't even get that far, actually. 169 is not big enough to destroy my entire build. Although this would be quite a tragedy if it couldn't be reversed. Okay. So we've learnt our lesson. At least for now. I'm going to press /U, and with any luck, it's going to probably crash the server and... Oh, no, wow, it handles it like a champ. Amazing. Done. That's a good tool. Fast world edit really works. Alright, so I come in here and I do the same thing again. Except I don't mess it up this time. So let's try BR. Wait, sphere to... no, 1692. Yes. There we are. That looks kind of cool. Or maybe glowstone. Yes. Are there any tools, like world edit tools in Bedrock? Oh gosh. The water is coming. Oh wow, is it going to flood? Is it going to flood in here? Is that something water can do? No, I don't think it is, surely. It does kind of look like it's going to flood. Weird. Alright, let's try this again. Hello, chicken curry. So let's try 1.5 instead. I know 1.5 is not really a measurement in Minecraft, but it is for our... Yeah, this will do. So how am I going to do this exactly? I just want to kind of make it look a bit more like a sphere. It doesn't need to look perfectly like a sphere. It just needs to look, you know, like a nice, attractive pearl. That's good enough, I think. Will it be visible through the water? No. Oh god, I think this was a complete waste of time. Well, maybe not a complete waste of time. Maybe when the aquatic update comes in, we'll be able to see it. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a clear out here, and just so that we can get down to where the lip is. And we can see a little bit better what's going on down here. See the build a little bit more. There we go. Yes, like this. And let's just go pull that back in, and we'll get out this area too. In fact, let's take a world edit brush and we'll just clear out a little bit of space so we can see it. BE lift, so lift brush. Except we're going to use the brush, and we're just going to push this area away because this doesn't really serve any purpose, and we don't want it obscuring the view of our hard-built little oyster here. So take it all the way in here. In fact, from the inside we can kind of see a bit better what's going on. So let's just open up here. And there we have it. It's okay. Not super exciting, unfortunately. It doesn't come out as well as I was kind of hoping, but once we have Aquatic update, maybe we can revisit this area and do it a little bit better. I mean, we're kind of working, considering I don't have the Aquatic update yet, we're kind of working a little bit around something a bit of an unknown, so I think this is fine for now. But that was a fun experiment and hair-raising, briefly. And we learned a new technique, or at least I need to learn a new technique. I hadn't thought of using this kind of using the spheres and kind of rotating them to create kind of interesting base shapes to build from. Kind of blends into the sand a little bit. Oh, maybe it will be visible. Well, let's put the water back in anyway. Oh, I was in Sweden, and I also went to Pembrokeshire, Pembrokeshire is in southwest Wales, and it is beautiful, lovely place. One weird thing about Pembrokeshire is it's I would say it's one of the most picturesque places in the UK, but it's also because it has a deep water harbour. It's got a lot of very heavy industry, petrochemicals and steelworks and things. Or at least it had them. They're kind of declining now, but yeah. So you end up with this weird combination of, you've got beautiful landscape, absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful landscape, and then there's just some heavy industry plonk in the middle. Oh yeah, sure. They're slowly coming through, and this wasn't helping. I'm wondering if I can maybe get some glowstone and just cheat a little bit. I mean, I know this won't be visible from outside, so I think we're okay, but if I just kind of do this, maybe we can create kind of some cool kind of lighting effect. Probably not visible. Oh, let's fill it up with water again. And we'll see what we've created. I wonder if that's going to work, actually. Yeah, I think it should. Actually, while we're here, let's just do a little bit of work here, because I'm nearly out of time here, and I just want to have a quick. I want to just smooth this a little, and we can put some. Maybe we can put some sand over this area. Went on that. Oh, apparently I'm like an archaeologist here, uncovering some more stuff. Alright, let's just do a real quick B, brush, overlay, D1, and we'll just put some sand over here, and we'll do a B6 maybe, and this will just let us pour some sand over. We will do that, and there we are. And then we'll get, we already put the first corner down, so let's place the other corner, and then we can fill it. Under the sea. Under the sea. Replace air, water. There we are. Oh, that looks cool. I mean, it doesn't look very easily noticeably a clam, but can we see it from above at all? You can't see it. No, no. Oh goodness. Oh well, that's an Easter egg that will remain there until we one day get better shaders. I think it will be visible on. Maybe I can try turn the shaders off real quick. Let's try that and see what it looks like. How do I do that? Shaders off. All right, we'll check it out with the shaders off. Okay, well you can see it. You can see it with the shaders off. Wow, this looks. Oh my goodness! Look how fast it is. I guess you can't see this, but holy dooly! It loads so quickly. You still can't really see that it's a clam, unfortunately. I mean, you can from down here, but Crazy. I'm just gonna actually. I think I'm just gonna call it a day at that. I'm gonna say thanks everyone for watching. Oh, maybe I could do that actually. It might be worth it because this water is kind of a big part of this build. Actually, just before I go, since there are a few new viewers here, I'm gonna have a fly around, and we're gonna see for the first time in a long time what the world looks like without shaders. Here it is without shaders. And we can take a walk over this side, because I know some of you haven't seen this before. Sorry, Mr. Easy. So we've got the ravine through here. This side still needs a lot more work. Still working on that. And through here we have the mushroom area. And we have the still not repaired trees here. These trees were damaged when I did a copy-paste operation, and something happened. We lost the block metadata. I don't know exactly what happened, but basically it regenerated. Who is Chipster70? I see he has a. Is he? I mean, are you special? Not to. No, wait. That's really mean. Sorry. Never mind. I just I'm confused basically. I was wondering if you are some kind of an admin or something. I'm not sure. I thought you had a purple name, but now looking at it, I see everybody has purple names. Maybe. So I'm not sure if you have a special account or something. My YouTube is called Ymgarl, YMGARL. And through here we have, yeah, Mushroom Kingdom. And over here is the famous Necromancy area. Oh, okay, that's cool. Maybe I shall put him on my restream list. I'll have to check. I'll have to have a check out when I get some time. I will certainly have a look. Yeah, so this area is still kind of unfinished. I don't know what. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. Oh, is that what it is? It's Mixer Pro. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I see. It looked like the guy who was spamming me earlier actually had it. Anyway, I'm going to have to head off because I have to go to work. So I'm going to say thank you, and I'll hope to see you next time, particularly newer viewers. It's always nice to have some new faces around, and we didn't really make much of a dent this time, actually, unfortunately. We can build those couple trees over there, but those trees, they take so long. Alright, everyone, peace, have a nice day, I hope you enjoyed, etc, etc. I'll see you the same time tomorrow. Bye bye.